Welcome back students to today's history class. Today we are going to be seeing another lesson from standard 9th history, that is industry and trade. In this chapter we are going to gather some information about industry and trade in India in the post independence period. Some key points of the chapter are: we are going to be studying some industries in India, the progress done in agriculture, the policy of the central government towards the industries and agriculture. We are also going to be looking at the forest resources that are available in India and what are the uses of it. We are going to be looking at tourism, foreign trade and internal trade. So let's get started with the lesson. After independence, the Industrial Finance Corporation of India was established in 1948 with the purpose of making available long-term loans to industrial projects. As we know, immediately after our independence, India had to look at redevelopment of India, and hence we needed a lot of loans, and so to make it available, this Industrial Finance Corporation of India was set up. Similarly, the Industrial Development Corporation was established in the year 1954 to bring about a greater development of the industrial sector. So, immediately after independence, these two organizations were started to help bring about development in the industrial sector. So, let us look at few industries in India and the development that took place in them. We begin with the textile industry. The textile industry forms 14% of the total industrial production. This industry includes the power loom and the handloom industries. The handloom industries are labor intensive, that is, they use a lot of manpower, lot of people are involved in the handloom industry. According to the Textile Committee Act of 1963, a textile committee has been established to set the quality standards for textiles manufactured for sale in the internal market as well as for export. So, this Textile Committee Act checks the quality of products that are made and it decides the quality that should be upheld at all times for internal and external export. Silk industry. This industry functions under the Ministry of Textiles. The research about the species of the silkworm and the mulberry trees is done in the Ceribiotic Research Laboratory at Bengaluru. This industry is primarily in the states of Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal and Jammu and Kashmir. Now it is being spread in states with predominantly tribal populations. Let us look at the jute industry. India is a top ranking country in jute production. India is a major exporter of jute products. We get cloth, sackcloth and ropes from jute. Let us know about another important scheme called as a mega cluster. Mega cluster is a scheme that helps weavers through self-finance groups and non-governmental organizations. Help is given to the people, to the weavers, in the form of raw material, designing banks, development of technology and welfare of the weavers. This is a non-governmental organization which helps the weavers in all giving the training, giving the raw materials and helping them out. Let's move on to another industry called as the hand sculpting. This is also a labor intensive craft, that is, a lot of people are involved in this. Sculptors got employment due to the capacity of the craft to absorb more craftsmen, small investment, more profits, preference to exports and possibility of earning foreign exchange. So, many people got involved in this because there were possibilities, lot of possibilities provided over here, and hence many sculptors got into this work because it required only minimum investment. Several cities today have market mechanisms like the Delhi Haat, which enables the craftsmen from rural and urban areas to get a market for their wares. The organizations like the Delhi Haat, they exhibit the products from the rural and urban weavers, people who are in the village. When they weave, they can come to these places like the Delhi Haat, where they hold exhibitions, and people from abroad, people from all over the country come visit these places. It's like an exhibition center. They can not only just look at the different wares that are displayed, but they can also buy from there. The next industry is the automobile industry. India is one of the major producers of vehicles. Vehicles are exported to 40 countries from India. The automobile industry is called as the sunrise sector in India. India's tractor industry is the biggest in the world. 1/3 of the tractors manufactured worldwide are produced in India. Tractors manufactured in India are exported to Turkey, Malaysia, and several countries in Africa. The cement industry. The role of the cement industry is important in the development of housing and infrastructure. This industry is one of the most technologically advanced one. India is currently an important producer of cement in the world. The leather industry. The leather industry is a big industry in India. It is primarily export oriented. Salt industry. India is one of the top producers of salt in the world. The annual production of salt in India is 200 lakh tons. The production of iodized salt is 60 lakh tons. Moving on to the bicycle industry. India is a leading producer of bicycles in the world. Bicycles are made in the states of Punjab and Tamil Nadu. The main center of bicycle manufacturing in India is Ludhiana. India exports bicycles to countries like Nigeria, Mexico, Kenya, Uganda, and Brazil. The Khadi and Village Industries Commission was established to give impetus to industrialization in rural areas. This was specifically done so that industrialization is taking place in rural areas also, and not just the urban areas. So the main objective behind the establishment of the corporation was to develop the traditional industries that were already there, like the handicraft industry, the cottage industries that were there, and to encourage the industries so that they use the material and the human resources that were vastly available in the villages, and so that the villagers themselves could become self-reliant by creating employment opportunities there. Now let us talk about the most important source of income for most of India, that is agriculture. In India, agriculture is practiced using traditional and modern methods. Many agricultural tasks are performed using bullocks. Similarly, machines are being used in different tasks like ploughing, sowing, to harvesting, threshing, etc. The major occupation in India is agriculture and other tasks based on agriculture. Agriculture and animal husbandry are practiced in villages. 70% of Indian society depends upon jobs which are related to agriculture and agricultural production. In this industry, the participation of women is equal to that of men. Agriculture is practiced in different seasons in India. Many varieties of crops are grown. Jawar, wheat, rice, pulses, and oilseeds are mainly produced. Along with it, cotton and sugarcane are processed to manufacture cloth and sugar respectively. Agriculture also includes the production of fruits and vegetables. Nowadays, industries processing these fruits and vegetables have come up. Agriculture fulfills man's basic needs. In order to encourage farming, loans are given to farmers through rural banks and cooperative institutions. Study visits, agricultural outdoor trips, and farmers get-togethers are organized through the Panchayat Samitis to bring about improvement in agriculture. Tools and implements, seeds and fertilizers are also supplied. The farmers are given training regarding soil testing, nursery of fruit plants, pisciculture, poultry, cattle and goat rearing, dairy farming, etc. Guidance is given to farmers by a district level training institute. Financial help is given to build warehouses for storing the farm produce. India is rapidly becoming independent in food grain production and farming techniques. Modern techniques like drip irrigation, organic farming are used for farming. Let us now study the policy of the central government with regards to industrialization. In the fourth 5-year plan, focus was placed on paper industry, pharmaceutical industry, motor tractor industry, leather goods, textile industry, food processing industry, oil, color, sugar industries, etc. According to the industrial licensing policy of 1970, all those factories requiring an investment of more than 5 crore rupees were to be included as heavy industries. The big industrial houses and foreign companies were allowed to invest in heavy industries that were not reserved for the public sector. As a result of this policy, by the end of 1972, 3,18,000 small industries were registered with the Government Registration Office. Let us now study a few industries which are, other than agriculture, totally dependent on natural resources. The mineral wealth. The availability of minerals, iron and coal play a major role in the industrial development of our country. We have adequate stores of iron, manganese, coal and mineral oil in our country. Forest resources. Government has reserved some forests for the industries which are based on forest. The task of conservation of these forests is done by the central government, state government and also by the local people. Forests are necessary for the raw material for industries like construction, paper, newsprint, silk, matchboxes, medicinal herbs, honey, lacquer and raw material needed for paint. Fisheries. Fisheries include seawater fish and freshwater fish found in rivers, canals, ponds and lakes. Harbors have been built or old harbors have been redeveloped. Fish seed incubation centers and fishing industry training centers have been provided for the growth of this industry. Tourism. India has a rich cultural heritage. There are places of worship of different religions, pilgrimage centers, confluences of rivers, forts, caves, etc. all over the country. Tourists from our country as well as from abroad travel in India throughout the year. The facilities for tourists to stay, travel, etc. are provided through the Tourism Development Corporation. The sale of curios and the hotel industry thrives in tourist places. In some places, there are guides who give information to the tourists about that area. Sometimes when vehicles don't reach the destination in some remote and difficult to reach tourist places, the local people help the tourists in return for a fee. Employment opportunities are generated out of these needs. Import-export or foreign trade. When planning started in 1951, the import of industrial goods and raw material required for production increased. India's imports included machines, iron, mineral oil, fertilizers, medicines, etc. India also gave an impetus to exports after independence in order to gain valuable foreign exchange. India's exports included tea, coffee, spices, cotton textiles, leather, footwear, pearls, precious stones, etc. Internal trade. India's internal trade takes place via railways, waterways, roads, airways, etc. Ports like Mumbai, Kolkata, Cochin, and Chennai are important. Commodities like coal, cotton textiles, rice, wheat, raw jute, iron, steel, oil seeds, sugar, etc. are included in internal trade. That means these are the items that are exchanged between the states, that are bought and sold between the states even inside India. Due to the development of industries, the standard of life in the country improves. Many opportunities for employment have become available. On the whole, all these industries and all these different employment sectors have helped in the progress of the country. So, in this chapter, students, we have seen the different employment or job generating industries, be it depending on agriculture or be it depending on other natural resources. I hope you have got a better understanding of the lesson. Thank you for listening patiently. Let us look at the next slide. So, let us look at a few questions and answers which are based on this particular lesson. Explain the following concept: internal trade of India. For this answer on internal trade, children, you can focus on the internal trade paragraph which is there on your page number 45 of the textbook. There you can mention about the different materials that are exported and imported, and also you can mention the different ports that are used and through which ways, what are the different ways in which India's internal trade takes place. The next question: explain with reasons the tourism industry has developed a lot in India. For this, again you can go to the paragraph on tourism, which is on page number 45, and what are the reasons why tourism has developed a lot, what is there in India that many people wish to see when they come to India. So, you can mention all those things, and you can that is why the tourism industry has developed. Next question: the quality of life and standard of living of Indian citizens is increasing. So, again for that you can come to page 45, and based on all that we have learnt, you can generalize and write that because of the development of industries, that the standard of life has improved and many opportunities of employment are available. People are able to get more job opportunities, people are working more, and hence because of all of this we find there is an improvement in health facility, there is an improvement in education, and because of the improvement that is happening all around, we find that the quality of life and the standard of living of the Indian citizens is increasing. Next question: write answers in 25 to 30 words. What efforts are made by the government to promote agricultural industries? Now, for this answer, children, you will find it on page number 44 on the paragraph on agriculture, that what is it that the government is doing to increase to promote agriculture, and you can find that loans are given to the farmers, then study visits and agricultural trips and get-togethers of farmers are organized by the panchayat samitis to bring in improvement. Then the tools and implements, seeds and fertilizers are also supplied. The farmers are given training regarding the soil testing, nursery of fruit plants, the pisciculture, poultry, cattle. So, all this guidance is given to the farmers, and that is what you can write over here in this answer. Which industries are based on forests? For this, now you can come to page 45 again of your textbook, where they have mentioned about the forest resources, and so they have also given over there that which are the industries that are based on the forest resources. So, you can write that answer from there. Write a short note on the leather industry. Now, as we know that we have as we know that leather industry, the basic thing is the leather is made from the skin of animals, and as we know that animal husbandry is a complementary occupation to agriculture. Hence, because of animals being available, we have the skins also of the animals which are available, and which is why we have a big industry of leather industry in India. However, more leather products are exported rather than consumed in India. So, with this we come to the end of the entire video, students. I hope the lesson has been helpful. You have been able to understand the lesson better with this video. Thank you for listening. Happy learning.